two tables in this arena. It's going to be Johan Chua against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz in one semi-final, and then the other. Okay, here we go. A race to 7 to see who's going to be in the final. The final will follow both semi-finals. And it's Ruiz, out of the 4 guys playing here, who has won this trophy before. He knows what to do. He knows how to do it.
First track, race 7, race break.
Yeah, the 9 ball was moving. Cue ball near the corner pocket. He stayed on the table. What have we got here, Scott?
Yeah, I don't exactly know. Maybe just edge off the left side of the 2. Maybe use the 6 and 7.
Hello mọi người. Chúng ta sẽ vào trận bán kết nhé. 2 trận sẽ đánh cùng nhau. Rui và Chua bàn này. Bàn bên cạnh thì sẽ là Leo Sen với gì nhỉ? Capito. Rồi bàn kia chưa vào cho nên mình đây sẽ bật bàn này xem. Ray Chu 7 nha mọi người nhé.
Well, this is what Chua does, Carl. He's been doing it for most of his life, really. The long ball.
Sẽ là một châu Á với một châu Âu đánh với nhau. Hồng Kông sẽ gặp Đức và Philippines sẽ gặp Tây Ban Nha. Ok, hay quá mọi người ơi.
It's arguably the shot of the semi-final. We've only just started. What a beauty.
4 thì chắc đánh nỗ 10. Với cái kiểu con 3 thế này. Không. Mày thế. Trận Capito với Leo Sen cũng vào rồi. Ai thích xem Capito với Leo Sen không? Ai thích xem Chua với Rui hơn? Mấy con này chắc không có gì đâu.
Yeah, back out to middle of the table.
6, 7, 8
Sends a message.
này đều là bi cơ bản hết rồi.
You can't hit a ball any better jacked up.
Bàn cũng thoáng rồi. Bi thì cửa lỗ rồi.
Neuhausen's going to take rack 1 over on table 2.
Please like, subscribe and share for me. Thank you.
I know Chua and Capito have played really consistent all week, but I think what Neuhausen's done
1-0 cho
today
Johan Chua.
is sublime.
Bên kia Leusen phá chip 9 thì phải.
Opening blood goes to Chua, and it was all about the opening 2 ball.
Yeah, one of the best shots of the tournament, directly over the 6. Look at the low rotation on this ball. Really stops just about at contact to where it drags to the 3. Yeah, look at that hair this guy's got. I'm a little jealous of the hairdo. Jeremy Jones is with us as well. Jeremy, are you jealous of his hairdo? Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm jealous of both of their hairdos.
I'm okay, boys. I'm not. I'm just hanging on in.
You got plenty of hair. That's probably why.
Yeah, there's a few greys sneaking through, though. There will be after this week. 8 days. Chua's got the gel on today, Freeze. He didn't have it on yesterday. You spotted that?
He's up for it. Obviously, after that 2 ball that he just made from distance over the 6, he's definitely up for it. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know if these guys realize it's a race to 7. They've played so much pool.
Yeah. Let's watch for the handshake after 5 racks. One of the referees is going to have to tell them, lads, it's a 7. Every ball going in the meaty part of the pocket for Chua. No more chances, no more matches, no more opportunities to climb the league table. This is it. Win, you're through. Lose, you go home. This is what these guys are used to. All or nothing in the match.
Needs to run. Did it get there? I believe so.
Yeah, I guess he wanted that angle to get across to make the 6 a bit easier.
Hey guys, do you know if there's a way we can get Jeremy or the mic? We can hear him on the headset.
Oh, Johan Chua. One of the best shot makers we have. Throws one in.
flat here on the 5. I believe it does bank to the lower right past the 7, but looks like you could wedge him up behind it as well. No, I don't think you can get to the bottom half of the 5 here. Here's what I will bet on. Whatever he shoots is probably going to be the right play.
I think you just got to get him on the inner rail with the cue ball here and get the 5 out in space. I mean, just really isn't much anything else there.
Yeah, good call. That was the last move right there of him. And I don't think he's given enough of the 5, but if he has, it could cost him with the 7 there.
I think he can make it, or it's real close, and maybe he uses the 7 to hold the cue ball. But maybe trying to get a bit much, trying to put the 5 underneath. The problem is when you do that, you're going to leave him some kind of nice kick or some kind of maybe rail first shot. I think I would have allowed to put the 5 out in the middle of the in rail more.
Yeah, that tells us he can't make it, so the touch there really, really solid to cut him off from the bottom half of the 5. So now forced to either come from the bottom rail or the right long rail. Which one do you like, Double J?
Obviously, the hit is a higher percentage off the bottom, but not as much future. And if you're feeling good, a cross gives you a little more separation, but you can't argue this and just let it rip, I think. I'm surprised he went soft there. Not saying it won't work, but I thought it was asking a lot.
Yeah, and I believe the 5 is on to the left here, so real good chance to get up 2 games to 0.
Yeah, if I had that kick and I had a chance to move the 5 and the 8, really try and create some luck, I think I go at it.
FSR and Chua have already played a match today. FSR got the better of him 5-3. FSR has also beat Capito 5-1 today and Neuhausen 5-1.
Coming with an inside ball here, just straight up.
Day 1, you'd say you'd have to draw this. Here on day 8, you could roll it with English, or you could get into the ball, whichever you like.
Okay, Chua, the second time in this rack, finally wins it. It's 2-0. Good thing with a race to 7 is obviously it gives FSR a little bit more breathing space, a bit more time to come back if he gets off to a bad start.
Yes, it's winner break. Winner break, yes. Second red.
I believe they just realized it's a race to 7.
I'm pretty unlucky lucky scratch there, and FSR now with a good chance with ball in hand to get on the scoreboard. He's got some work, but yeah, nice safety there from Capito on table 2.
Not thrilled with where he left himself, FSR, just because he's stretched now and doesn't want to be stretched again on the pink. That's why he's drawn it back as far as he has. A little light. You could see it in the arm there as well. Maybe after release realized it wasn't quite far enough.
Yeah, great line and speed on the cue ball there. Should be able to keep the cue ball off the rail when gaining position for the 7 to the 8.
You can really tell this is the business end of this tournament now. We've seen it all this week, haven't we, fellas? We've had the seriousness, we've had the laughs, the jokes. We've seen it all over it. We've seen the tantrums, the joy. Even Capito threw his cues yesterday. Seems like the calmest man in the building.
Yeah, those are the ones you've got to watch out for.
FSR, a former winner of this event, is off and running. Let's have a look in on table number 2. We've just been talking about Capito. It's one apiece. He's at the table. Jeremy, he's looked good all week, Capito, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's looked super solid and just confident all the time at the table. Showed a little, maybe a little funny emotion that I didn't expect, just because of how things have been going. No reason to really be too upset, I don't think, but he's recovered from it. And, you know, it happens. He's broke the balls really well. I thought that little warning he got about a potential soft break situation worked on picking up the speed on the break, and I think he's really ready for these semifinals and possible finals. And I think just 4 or 5 weeks' time at the UK Open, it sets up well for him there also. But the table's usually pretty tough.
Yeah, last year UK Open in Telford. Pockets were playing really tight, and Capito was the winner of that tournament. And obviously we know these are just under 4 inches and just seems to suit his game. The break of FSR that we've become so familiar with. Not going to pay off this time, but he's still hit a good break.
Yeah, really giving the 8 a lot of attention here. Felt like he could just draw straight out of this, but looks like he's got to go forward now. So does he want to miss the 9, Capito?
Okay, it's our league leaders for the last 4 or 5 days. What seems such a long time that are leading both of these semi-finals. It's a little tricky one, this, for Fran.
Yeah, I guess. Easy to hit too thin. Well, that's played thin, can't blame him, but it doesn't have the pace. They're looking to knock this up just right of the green 6 and use the 9 pink. He's got a huge wall over there. The 8. Does he get it all the way up table, Jeremy, or does he just keep it on the right side?
I don't think he goes all the way up, but I guess he is. I don't mind that there. You can kind of see how the 6 and 8 are kind of toggled right there, where you have like probably a foot of space to place the 2-ball.
Fran's bringing the jump cue with him.
I like the 2-rail kick from behind with the 5 there. I really think there's action trying to make the 5. Plus, you can kick safe pretty easily.
Yeah, and it's his forte as well. I don't think anybody hits that 2-rail kick better than Fran, so maybe just a bit overlooked. Once again, though, you can't fault his decision.
No, he was pretty confident he could control the 2-ball, and that was the main goal there. A little bonus getting the complete snooker.
Yeah, we've seen that shot a few times this week. Players controlling the object ball with the short stick. Can you get him behind, kick and stick here? Got to bend it.
Big reward. He can come in full.
Oh, nicely done. What a reply. Maybe an head there.
If he's left a piece here, it doesn't have to be where the 5's making for a big pocket in the upper right. If he's left a piece, I think you got to edge it and run the cue ball. Put the 2 on the side rail.
Now he's doing the bend as well. Might get the back door on the 9.
Oh, wow. I mean, how do you like that? Sure, would have thought you were going to have a pot here. Instead, going to go over the 9. Has he fluked it? Yes. Where's the 8-ball? Where's the cue ball?
Yeah, pretty wild there. I think the 2 went off the 8, which moved the 8 out in the center space. And then stuck the cue ball.
How do you make the 2 off the 8 there? That was wild.
There was just a sliver of the 8 with all that speed. It only moved about a foot up the table. Thought him 3 rails from behind here. A little bit of speed.
And maybe the speed's what got him there. Just tightened up on him just a bit.
Yeah, a bit of good luck and a bit of bad luck. Cue ball off a couple of rails. Playing the 8 in the side.
And it looks like he has a choice. He can go to either side of the 9 here, it appears. Down to the bottom cushion and back up.
Yeah, this is ideal. He's on the money. FSR ties it up at 2s. Let's have a look in on table 2. Maurice is at the table. He's got a tricky shot here though, JJ.
Yeah. I don't know if he tries to open or play short side. Kind of like the opening him from this angle, but he's feeling pretty confident, I'll tell you. Now he can evaluate. He plays the safety. I wouldn't rush this.
Yeah, and it was this very rack. JJ played a kick on the 2. Completely locked Capito up. That's how he gained position here.
And the in-rail kick is not bad here off the top cushion. Just go one rail at it with like a, medium speed.
Neuhausen started the day with a loss to Robbie Capito. Then he beat Johan Chua. Then he lost to Ruiz.
Well, look at this kick 3 into the right middle, Carl.
9 balls moving. Oh, and so is the cue ball.
Yeah, the cue ball snipped the bottom of the 9. Looked like he might have had some action there, but produced a scratch. And tricky little starting shot here, even with ball in hand.
Yeah, so Neuhausen obviously done something wrong in this rack because he was at the table, and it's Capito who takes a 3-1 lead. He's done well, Neuhausen, though. I mean, he's had to beat Jason Shaw and Yap in his last 2 matches to get through to this stage, to the semi-finals.
Yeah, Carl, I believe he was trailing 3-0 versus Yap and come on really strong, which gave him the fuel to beat Shaw.
It's a super power draw here, right where underneath where he's standing, 3 rails underneath the pink.
Yeah, he's not frightened to let it zip.
A little surprised he didn't just come down to the bottom rail with the power draw there.
Yeah, the 2 up in the corner was not bad.
Yeah, looking at it, I guess, well, he's going to go to the air here, so maybe, just maybe he can recover. Landed on top of it, overamped, possibly a result of the power draw that maybe got away from him. I just don't understand why he would play to the short side of the 2 when he had the entire upper left corner. So maybe just got into it a bit more than he meant to.
is an extended race to 7, but kind of remember that shot later on with ball in hand.
Yeah, through the gap with a cue ball. Green 6 goes in the side, okay. Leaves the cue ball where the purple ball is. An easy get on the brown 7.
Yeah, you don't want to end up too thin on the 6, right? To where you have to manufacture something. He wants to get thick enough to where he can really either pull the cue ball or just go forward. I would assume he's going to pull it to the short side. Almost acted like he missed that ball for a minute.
Yeah, I think he's perfect here. Just go ahead and draw to the rail. If you happen to get a hair funny, you don't want to, but you probably can go into the 8. You want to be able to stop, maybe play the 8 in the side after knocking in the brown, but get off this cushion, that's the main one.
Yeah, a little steeper, and he wanted to be really an easy shot right there, that 6, to kind of let up on it and get below the 7. He got into it too good.
Extension call.
Trying to go towards the 8 here. Yeah.
Okay, FSR takes the lead for the very first time. Neuhausen's at the table. He was 3-1 down, still 3-1, but he is at the table. Good chance here. Just got to knock this brown in that corner, float down for the 8 in the side, and he's won another rack.
And you should see the shot he just played with his opposite hand, with the left hand. Pretty strong what he just came with on the green 6.
Switching it up. It's a useful asset to have on a pool table. Yeah, young Moritzi closes the gap. Scott, we've been impressed with Moritz all week, haven't we? It's the first time he's played in the PLP, and I'm sure he's experienced things this week that he never thought were possible.
Handled it really well, in my opinion. I was just telling Jeremy just not long ago, a couple hours ago, that in my opinion, top 4 breakers throughout the week consistently. And then not only that, kind of like FSR, a little bit silent, but just continuously doing damage.
Yeah, Double J, do you feel like the right 4 men are in the semis? Kind of feels that way, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I think Shaw was hitting the ball really, really well. I think Yap, you know, just little things got away from him, or maybe were out of his hands. But yeah, I mean, Moritz showed up. Top 2 were definitely the ones. FSR, again, quietly went by his business, but Moritz in crunch time came with it, especially after, I think, losing his first match today.
It was almost kind of the dynamic of the 2s, right? You've got Ruiz and Moritz who kind of quietly made it happen, but then you've got Chua and Capito who were just really standing out to everyone all week.
Yeah, just a small technical issue, but it's all good. Here we go. FSR to break. Pay attention to the cue ball. He likes to get it arcing below the 9. Sometimes it'll hit the 9 and draw all the way back up table.
Well, a good call. Look at this kiss. He didn't come off the 9, but he came off another ball with that draw. We'll get another look at it. What a brutal kiss to the top right.
Yeah, he does that more than any other player on the break. Gets that cue ball spinning up.
He had a clean look at the blue until that treacherous kiss. Now going to be forced to most likely roll out here to a jump shot, JJ?
No, I don't think so. I roll out by the pink, make sure the 2 doesn't cut in the side before I play the jump. I think, anyways.
Okay, my concern with rolling out by the pink is that the 8's huge cover there.
Yeah, but you're not going to get sewn up. That's the difference in today's game. They really kick really well. They jump really well. You know, all those shots where they bang the ball away and kind of hold the cue ball with the jump cue. And I mean, I'd rather do that than take on a thin cut in the jump out of the corner there. I mean, myself anyways. And now maybe you push out to a little better jump, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'd meant, right? But I totally get it. I just don't think that Ruiz is ever getting this back with the 8 where it was.
He's left a gap here.
Got it a bit thick, no doubt.
Yeah, there's a little gap there. All depends on how much of the blue ball Fran can see.
I kind of thought he'd bank the 2 down up to the top rail and use that 8 ball like Scott talked about. It looked fairly standard. Now this one here, if he had laid it down, could have been a little tougher kick to get at. And maybe thinking of the jump, taking away the jump.
Yeah, both good points right there, actually. That's probably his thought process with the way he went here, is keeping the jump away.
Well, that's something that I think is a little more ingrained with the players today than maybe a few of us from years ago.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that either.
Yeah, here we go. This is a Chua special. He'll psych himself up for this. He'll ram it in, the cue ball off the top rail and back down. Here we go. Gearing the cue up.
Yeah, he's following forward with power. Well, we teed him up for a great shot. Let us down.
Yeah, saw it in a match or 2 ago with Chu. A little bit of body movement there going forward. Seems like when he's adding a little more speed, the body's moving occasionally. Tough shot, though. I mean, you know, we say Chua special because he usually knocks them in.
Yeah, the mistake, though, was give Ruiz a good chance to open up a 2-rack lead. And he'll have won the last 4 racks. Chua won the opening 2.
Yeah, maybe that's got something to do with the long 2 ball, right? Sometimes when you don't get a really clean look at an object ball for a while, the stroke gets a little different. You don't want to think like that with these elite players, but it happens to all of us.
Yeah, that's nice. Just float the green 6 in now. Likes to do a lot of body movement through. He's got these little quirky things he does after he's hit the cue ball.
It's kind of funny. We were just talking about it during the break or the intermission. He acted like he doesn't even know he's doing it. I mean, I guess that's a lot of what body movement is. You don't really know you're doing it, right? There's always a lunge after contact with Ruiz.
Well, we've been playing for 8 days, 16 sessions. This is the semi-final, and Ruiz and Chua have won 124 racks each. Let's have a quick peek over at table 2. Neuhausen's in jail. He's got the short cue. Wow, I believe he was trying to hit it and pot it in the far left, and that's actually the second ball he's fluked in this rack.
You gotta love it, right? He's trying to catch it going in, caught it coming out. Almost a 100-to-1 shot to the left center.
Yeah, we know how tight the sides have been all week, so that's literally going clean. This needs to slow down, though. Well, we'll keep you. Well, I think we'll do the split screen actually. Stay with this shot for a second. Still gone for the cut. Yeah, this is all right. Doesn't want to be straight on the 6. Well, grinding away, Neuhausen.
Yeah, we talked about these types of shots earlier today, that they would come up. Ain't no two ways about it. You got to figure out how you want to shoot it. You got to attack, I believe. Gonna go into the 3, looks like. Probably realistically his best option, especially if that's a little more preference on how to shoot the 2, also with a hair of outside spin.
Yeah, it's so thin. I think the extreme outside is probably called for here. Just go into the 3. I don't know what speed he wants to go at, but you don't want to lose accuracy on the 2 in the meantime. Hard to believe he'd play a safety here. I think he's got to go. Might just stay with a flat ball back and forth. A little more accuracy. He can miss the 3.
Yeah, just back and forth. Not a lot of pockets there. Well, I felt like take your chance. He was trying to get above it. Okay, that was an option.
Neuhausen's landed on a funny 9 ball over on table 2. He's not really at position once. He just keeps slamming the balls in.
Yeah, and that's the only one that matters. Tied up at 3 games apiece over there on table number 2.
Yeah, don't forget, if you've been watching all week, it's now a race to 7. Also the final, race to 7.
Yeah, JJ, that ball always looked a little thin.
Yeah, it seems like when you're coming out of the pocket with a cue ball or coming near or tight quarters, easy to maybe direct the cue ball here and take your eye off the pot on the blue too. And he was always in question if it was going.
Keep it in your hand, Fran.
Yeah, the pink and the 9. Looking a pretty good spot. The hook for Chua. Jacked up a little bit though, yeah, he's jacked up a lot. Over the brown 7.
Yeah, I think that's the best part of what Fran did right there is the cue ball over the 7. You can see why. Little miss hit, Carl.
Yeah, Chua's been flawless for 8 days, really, when you think of the amount of pool he's played. But he's having a little wobble here in the semi-final.
Yeah, where it's kind of the opposite. I don't want to say Fran struggled, but he's just kind of quietly gotten better as he's gone. Maybe it's a case of the opposites, right? Where Chua's played amazing and it's hard to keep it up, and Fran is just starting to get into his own.
Yeah, probably we're part to blame because we put so much sort of emphasis on the league leader. You're constantly talking about him. And if my memory serves me right, weren't Fran in a spot of bother early on in the week?
Yeah, I actually think he was in 11th or 12th at one point, early.
Yeah.
When I say early, I'm talking the first couple of days. And we talked about that a little bit.
Well, the year he won it, he was way behind starting out. And that was in the midst of his 18 months of robbing the world playing 9-ball pool, and kind of just expected him to come on, and he sure did, and he took down the title.
Yeah, maybe it was more around the 8th to 10th position consistently.
Yeah, maybe we're being a little harsh. I've just had a little nosy back. It's actually a week ago, the league table I've found. The whole week. And after 3 matches played, he was in 10th. He won 1. It's not like disastrous. I knew we were low down, though.
Yes, I mean, somebody's got to be there, right?
Yeah.
So the thing is, I think, is more that he didn't play his best pool. He had chances in some of those early matches and didn't quite get it done. Hey, this is where it matters. Of course, it matters to get there. But Fran's going to pick it up, especially if his opponent shows a little weakness. And that's what's happened the last couple games.
Yeah, and then just looking at the league tables from there on in, he was hovering around 5th, 6th, 7th, 4th. So that's when that's what we're thinking of. Yeah, 5th again. So he's been around that mark.
Kick safety here that may serve ball in hand. This is a tough hit for Morris Newhausen.
Yeah, are you looking to maybe just try to tie something up? But I'm not even seeing that as the real problem.
If he wasn't righty, he could reach it to maybe bend it off the bottom cushion in between the 9-6 back at that blue 2, but
Let's sweat the cue ball here. Yeah, below the 9. And he's going to get a thin cut on the blue 2. Look at the pink 4 and the 5, though.
a little bit of awkward cueing. I think if that wasn't the case, he would go here. Maybe he gets an angle on the 3 to open the 4-5. I think the safety's going to happen, though.
He's just looking to get tied up behind the 7 here. He's overhit it, found the gap. That's kind of the worst case scenario because he's laid the 2 near the pink. So if he can find cover here, he can open those up at the same time.
got to be careful doing that. You got to really be confident you're going to get the snooker if you're going to open these, because otherwise you're opening up for Fran.
3 or 4 shots for Chua from being 2 up. Not there, are they? They're just not there.
Yeah, just really actually a little weak. After that long ball that he made on the 2 over the 6, it's kind of all gone downhill.
Yeah, and here you just lay him up on the pink, I think. Keep it simple. Don't overthink it. And all I can think is maybe the camera's fooling us and it's not any good to go on the pink. I mean, this is like pretty easy here, I think.
No, I think he's okay, Jeremy, with your shot. He's probably just second guessing himself on the safety with distance.
Yeah, you could double bank it and stun forward behind the pink. 4-5's got a lot of cover with that also. Yeah, that was all day the shot. I mean, you're getting the 2 in a good position.
Suppose sometimes you just have a bit of a brain freeze out there, don't you?
Yeah, I think his concern was maybe catching a piece of the paint going in, so just really wanted to dial it in. If you do edge the paint there, you can leave the 2 open. So
Got to hit this. He's got to get lucky. I don't know what happened there. Was it a foul? Was it good? Well, the cue ball's going to go in, so that decides the fate.
yeah, and it was a foul. Did catch the purple first.
Yeah, I think the referee spotted it anyway. Worrying times, isn't it? Even before that shot, Chua. Just not hit his last 4 or 5 shots good at all.
Over time, from what I've witnessed with great players that are real big shot makers versus somebody that's a little bit more versatile and consistent like FSR, and I'm not comparing the two. But that being said, there are times where somebody with a little looser cue ball could struggle under the gun. Maybe that's the case. Maybe fatigue finally just coming down on him. Maybe it's a little bit of everything.
I think, I guess it's just 9-ball pool, right? He's played so exceptionally well. I mean, it is the semifinal. That could have a little something to do with it. But it hasn't been the crazy shot he missed. It's been some of the routine things, I think.
Speed looks great. It is great. He'll take that all day long. No need to play it in the side unless the fact that he's there and it just looks a real bigger pocket. I suppose back in the day, 5-inch bags, you're slamming it in the top, aren't you? But now playing it long, maybe a different mindset.
Yeah, what a big swing we've had, right? Chua leading 2-0, coming with the long balls, and all of a sudden, 6 in a row from FSR. Who could have predicted an alternate break format?
Yeah, I can't remember what happened in the second rack, but I feel like Chua did something great there and all, didn't he?
Well, if you remember at 2-0, I believe it was, is when he had ball in hand on the 1, and he decided to draw 3 rails behind the pink to get onto the blue 2, and had other options there, I think.
Yeah, maybe the flair and the shot making. Maybe catches him out from time to time. By the way, Capito on table 2. I know you can't see it, but he just played the full table combo and hit it as pure as you like.
Yeah, but JJ, you're actually right on the money, right? He could have drawn to the bottom end of the table and kind of just tried to get to the short side of that too. And really, since then, it's been all Fran.
Yeah, and he's got to sweat A Ruiz break hit. Brand's on the hill. I'll tell you what, Fran would love to get this match over with right here, because then he's going to get a little bit more time to himself as the other semi-finals still being played.
I feel like everything he's done to get to this point's been tactical. Even the quiet movements and wins that he's had. I think he's reserved a lot of energy.
And he's got the left side of the blue too, and he's, you know, just like the European Open that I saw, really got that break working, able to pick up the speed, and that's gotten better and better.
Yeah, that break shot there, that is the Ruiz break, isn't it? When this break rule was changed a couple of seasons ago. Players voted it in, by the way. It was nothing to do with myself, Scott, Jeremy, or, you know, the bosses at the WNT. It was all the players. They had a vote. They voted this in, and he was the man, FSR, who figured it out quicker than anyone.
Yeah, he's really good at spinning the ball, but he's had a couple misses today with that type of shot, so thought he might float it with spin and go 2 rails at the 6, but I think he wants to go all the way around.
Yeah, it's this very ball that he missed, Jeremy. The last one that I could remember, but he did great coming around.
Oh, that's perfection there, dodging. The real ball to dodge was the purple 5, and watch it right underneath his cue stick, just goes right around it off the 3rd cushion. All right, a little short side here, keep it natural. Couple rails for the purple in the lower left is kind of what I see.
Yeah, when you say short side, you mean send the cue ball onto the right-hand side of the table.
Yeah, it'll open up off the 2nd rail, right? Shouldn't have any trouble getting there.
Gotta go. Some players like to catch the 3rd rail.
Most of them do. I would think you can control the pace a little bit more, hit it a little firmer.
Yeah, Capito got out there, now a 5-3 lead. All right, that's a big ball. Probably ends our match, that 5 ball right there.
Tell you what, he's really dialed. Everything looks good. Gonna be tough to beat in the final. He gets through this.
From being 2-0 down to arguably the greatest player this week in league format, FSR is through to another final with a 7-2 win over Johan Chua. He's won it before, and he's in another final. Great performance, lads.
Yeah, give it to FSR. But gosh, just looking at them shake hands, you've got to feel a little bit for Chua there, right? He has really performed all week and really been the talking point for most of the week, in my opinion, besides Capito. So you got to feel for him. 1 race to 7, you're gone.
Yeah, Chua can still be proud of his performance this week. No disgrace losing to Francisco Sanchez Ruiz like that. No spin, was there, on the break? It just come a little low and come back in to the balls.
Yeah, and unless I think I'm hitting the 6 dead full here, I think I gamble. Trying to pocket this 2 ball, and I might hit the edge of the 6. The cue ball should still run off the bottom rail. There's a lot of traffic, but I guess you could edge it and run. You could bank it up, maybe use the 9 and the 5 and whatnot. But Feel like he stayed pretty aggressive, and I like him doing so here again.
Extension, cool.
Yeah, knock your ball in. That's rule number one. He didn't really know where the cue ball were going, but he identified the key shot there. It was knock your ball in, see where the cue ball finishes. If he knocks it in the top right, I think he can just. Well, he's digging down. Yeah, that's what I thought. Can he just. That was real bizarre. That he did that pretty quick, didn't he, Jeremy? Did you think the same?
Yeah, and he's in gear, so he's trusting what he sees. But here now he can cannon into the purple 5. Now don't take your eye off the pink. And are these two balls going to separate, that being the purple 5 and the cue ball?
Yeah, it's gone a little bit too far. He was just trying to flick it near the middle.
This looks thin, Carl. I mean, does he have to go all the way around the table here? Or would it be 4 rails around where the side's at now? Or where on that left side pocket? The cue ball? Oh, he caught it a little thick, so he's going to end up a little funny here. Might have a long rail bank he can play from underneath and hold the cue ball behind the brown. He's been really good at nipping the ball, though, and running the cue ball like a couple rails behind the 8 and putting the 6 in a funny spot. I don't think that's the case here, but...
Yeah, is it attack or defense for Capito here?
5.
Listen, you can't really blame him, can you? You can't blame him at all. 2 rails, gotta watch top right corner pocket. Sometimes it can skid off that ball and squirt along the rail and go in the drink.
I've been saying that all week, been waiting for one of these guys to do that. Not wishing on it, Carl, but it's not yet happened.
Might happen now. I've called it. Let's have a look.
I think you got to try to get underneath this, though, and get the 6 out in space with like a medium speed. You could just let it go, I guess, but I think the kick's there. Yeah, just didn't quite get underneath it.
Yeah, whenever you play that shot and the cue ball doesn't stick and it comes back out, it winds you up that one.
Yeah, does he have to go to the side here? Extremely thin, paper thin. That's going to be overcut. Did he get away with it? Yeah, I don't think he did. Down to 10 seconds here. Make that 5. Oh boy. 2 big 6 ball misses from each player.
Yeah, just missed his mark on the pocket there. I think he played it right, just that stun. Just really hadn't had a whole lot of misses in this match.
Yeah, and that was probably a little conducive to where the 7 was, right? He was trying to get out, like JJ says, wants to catch the outside of the pocket. Just a bit too much.
And got a little flat here. I think there's a hair more angle than what the screen is telling us, so he can swing the ball if he wants. Dig into it, if you will.
Oh, wow. Okay. Just, it's a compliment, Robbie. We're just not used to seeing that.
Yeah, that's the truth. He missed the 6 pretty heavy to the side, like by about 3 or 4 inches overcut. Showed a lot of emotion. Probably didn't expect to get back to the table. 2 big misses by Capito this rack.
One of them thin ones. Playing it with left to come round the back. Oh, he's overdone it by some way. Got it safe though.
You know, if he hits it to the pocket, he's hitting it thicker, the cue ball slower. I think he may have been playing the safety. Where was the position ever going to be on the 8 there? I mean, really? He was never having shape on the 8, putting left English.
Well, you're a very generous man, JJ. I think he went for the pot and just butchered it. What do you think, Fraser?
Well, I mean, he's going to be playing shape, right?
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know. I'm sure he would tell us the truth. I'd like to actually ask him that question because, to Jeremy's point, the cue ball was never going to get to the 8. It was always kind of like on top of it, but maybe the angle changes a lot more if you catch it thicker. I don't know.
Well, if you set off walking, Scott, he'll just potted the 9 before you get there. You can ask him. We're about, I don't know, 40 feet away from the table.
Well, I just kind of think Moore's hitting the one to kind of pull for a roll, and it looked like he was trying to squeeze the cue ball behind the 9 like he was playing it, you know, so.
I mean, would have been a very, very clever shot if he did. I'm not saying he didn't. Never even crossed my mind, but the way he hit it, very possible.
Yeah, what matters in the end is this 9 ball. Big ball. And it's 5-4. Capito had the long 7. Spin the cue ball round. He'd have been on the hill. 6-3. It's a lot more different from 5 racks to 4. Well, would you look at this? Another open event added to the calendar in the World 9-Ball Tour. We are going to Florida. The 5th through to the 10th of August at the Caribe Royale. That's where the Moscone Cup was last year. And Scott, they like the pool in Florida. There's a lot of decent players from that part of the USA.
Yeah, there's a lot of great room owners, a lot of great players. And this place, if you haven't been to it, you need to go. There's a lot to do on this property. We had a blast at the Moscone Cup this year. Really good venue.
And this is what followed pretty much right away. The US Open. 9-Ball's most historic event. 18th through the 23rd of August at Harrah's Resort, Atlantic City, the home of the US Open. And the man in the middle, SVB, he's trying to get a record 6th US Open.
Yeah, Carl, so close last year with one Federer Gorst, who rightly deserved it. The Gorst Slam, they called it last year. Well, can SVB put himself in position to get number 6?
Yeah, I believe there's a smaller ranking event on in the middle of them two as well.
Yeah, the Wolf's Den. Actually, it's one of the bigger ones also of the smaller ones. Last year, Billy Thorpe took it down. I think that's what really got him on that Moscone.
Yeah, when I say small, I don't mean small. I more meant small because, I mean, I'm not there. That's what I meant.
Yeah, it's all right, Carl. That event's called the Battle of the Bull in the UK Open in Telford, May 6th through the 11th. Well, the man that won that event has a chance to win this event. We've been talking about him all week. Robbie Capito.
Yeah, and we feel like the pockets at the UK Open last year were playing just under 4 inches, and these tables at this year's PLP are just under 4, so no surprise to see Capito in the semi-finals. It is 5-4 to Capito. This is what is up for grabs, $20,000 to the winner, and boy, will the winner have earned it. 8 days of non-stop 9-ball pool action. It's not all bad though. If you'd have finished bottoms, we'll give you $2,500. Each place is paid individually. This tournament's very unique though, isn't it? Just, you know, we play the open events, double elimination through to the final 64. The players know what they've got to do. This is just a colossal amount of pool. I mean, FSR is in the final and he's won 126 racks.
Yeah, it's a lot of pool, and then you just got to look at the entire room. Kind of a, I don't know, maybe a sad moment noticing that the practice tables aren't being used and everybody's kind of gone home. I'm starting to feel another week or two of this place.
Well, usually Jeremy Jones is on the practice table, but he's had to do a bit of commentary.
I wouldn't say usually, but
you've had the cues out a couple of times,
yeah.
JJ.
I was really liking the tables. I was digging what I was seeing, so I wanted to check them out. And yeah, they're not easy. Hats off to all these guys as well as they've played.
Yeah, joking aside, me and Scott also hit a few balls out there. You give me a little one pocket lesson this afternoon.
Yeah, the one high there. The wrong moment too, because the 6, it's going to be a big ball to get behind if Capito chooses to use it. I actually could go with this. It's extremely steep. I don't see that happening.
No, there's only one man in the building that goes for this.
And he's sitting in the chair about 12 feet to our left.
I wonder if I come up behind the 2 here, if I can hit it thick enough and get the 1 up by the 3 and still get the cue all up. I don't know if that lays there or not.
I actually like that option, Jeremy. I think it's a good option. It might be too steep to get behind the 6 good, huh?
Well, you're probably going to leave him a very doable kick, but still not terrible if that's what you go with. Actually, maybe better than what we think. He's done real well making those easy kicks not as easy.
Yeah, and keeping the 1 lower. Might afford some type of a scratch.
Yeah, don't you go off the bottom cushion here?
That's what I was assuming. You're going to get a lot more separation unless he's just trying to make this somehow.
I think percentage is in your favor off the bottom, but you never know, I guess. Now he's facing that corner.
Yeah, when you're talking about percentages, I know you're talking about distance, separation, possibly snookering them back. Definitely the bottom rail looked to be the right way.
Yeah, now again, he's kind of facing this shot in the upper corner, but these are very, very demanding, even though it kind of sets up for a makeable ball.
This will tell us something. Yeah, well done. Listen, he's got work to do, but that'll feel like he's potted the winning ball.
Yeah, absolutely right. It's a shot like that that'll build the confidence. Could put him in a position where he could win the match off of a ball like that. We all know how it feels when you make a long ball after struggling a little bit.
love to get somewhat where he's at now. Here, right of there would be okay. The 5 plays to both corner pockets on the upper end, so keep it simple getting to the pink. Ooh, that was plenty thick there, and talk about something that could change this and turn this match right around. Now you got to make a decision. Do you go forward between the 6-9 off 3 rails and just get to that right side rail, take on the pink? That's what I like. I don't think you have to come back here. I think you're bringing the side into play, and certainly a miss on the 3.
Yeah, just catch the 3 heavy, catch it going in, right? You don't want to catch the rail at the same time. I think you can get good on the pink.
Yeah, very smart play.
Yeah, he just pulls out here, right? In between the 5 and 7. Nothing wrong with coming to the right long rail and out, too. You can afford to get a little steep on the purple. Yeah, that'll work out.
Yeah, I liked him getting into it. I think he was trying to do what you were talking about, trying to come above it more, which I think makes things easier. Just 1 rail down here, straight down the table. Straight down the left side anyways.
Yeah, you think he has to bend it a little? I think he can just come straight, right? As long as he doesn't overpower it.
Yeah, pure high ball. I think he gets there pretty easily.
Tell you what, starting to look a little more confident with that walk. Obviously, when your opponent misses a couple of balls, confidence will grow.
Yeah, it's just like that smelling blood a little bit, right?
Yeah, executed that. Very nice.
Maybe a little too heavy on the 7 here, Carl. Does he have to punch? I'm sure he does.
Yeah, the big thing for me with Neuhausen is, the way he beat Yap. He was under the cosh, wasn't he? And he knew he had Jason Shaw stood over here, willing him on to win. And he had to go out there and play Jason, and he got the win there. So I kind of fancy him to get the job done here.
Yeah, well, I like what I'm seeing. He's splitting the pocket with every one of these last few shots, and everything besides a 7 wasn't exactly straightforward.
Amped up. He's overdrawn the cue ball again. He does this little sort of Fedor Gorse trick, doesn't he, where he looks right down the line of the pot before getting in position. This is to tie it up. And there it is. We're locked at 5-5. This will do FSR the world of good. He can just chill out on the chair, have a little bit more time to himself. And it's Capito who's had a little wobble here. A little bit like Chua, they've been the main 2 guys in the league. Chua fell off the pace a little bit. I know it's 1 match and it's raised to 7. I get it. But he just wasn't there. He didn't seem to be timing the ball right. Is it Capito's turn to fall off the pedal? He's having a little talk to himself, so I wonder what he's saying to himself there.
Rack 11. That's Newhausen to break. Scores the tie, 5 racks each.
think you'll see a little speed on this one. Got it a little thin, so maybe getting a hair of a break too. And that was a close one to the scratch in the lower left, and now a good shot to start.
Yeah, no doubt. Definitely caught it thin. Little break is right. The two laying up in front of the right side. Can he get over to the three? Is it thin enough? I think so.
Yeah, just don't let it hook on you at all, even though the tables are playing pretty broke in. So he checked it nicely. Gonna have to make a nice shot here, though, going multiple rails back and forth.
Yeah, and he wants to be centre of the table for the pink. Anywhere around the centre area gives him a real good positional shot to the purple five. Last thing you want to do is land over near the right rail a little bit straight or just off straight, having to come down the right side of the table because of the brown seven. This is not bad, you know.
No, this is an amazing hit from where he was. He was highly aware of what you were just talking about.
It's actually gone on further than I initially thought and all. I thought it was going to stop a little bit sooner.
Yeah, a hair more angle would make this pocket a hair more friendly. But also, at the moment, I'm not worried about the pot, really. I think he's going to get the four down. Just a matter, sometimes you get a little flatter here. You tend to fall on the rails sometimes for the five, or on this left long rail, which could cause some issues.
I feel like you can still punch to the second rail. Yeah, now he's going to have trouble.
This is what I was talking about. This happens so often when you have a little less angle.
Yeah.
And I really like what he did. I think floating in there, you had a better chance of not getting to that second rail and having that angle. But going to have to sweep this one. Watch out for the 8 upstairs also. Trying to get shape.
Yeah, that's the ball. He pounded one like this, I think, last rack and bent it real well. He can definitely bend around the 7.
How many times do we see that ball missed? We've seen it a lot this week. Just pure power, probably caught the rail or a bit too much of the other jaw. He just spits it, comes back out. I know he's got the hook.
Almost identical to, I believe, the green 6 he had last game, and he just speared the green 6, but that's a little different there.
Yeah, very, very similar to that. Only problem was that 7 in the last game wasn't as treacherous as the 6 is in this game, trying to get shape. But very, almost identical shot, really. Watch out for the scratch in the upper left if he happens to make it.
I mean, a little bit of everything going on in that shot there. Moved every ball on the table but the 9.
So it's Neuhausen's turn to get away with one.
Yeah, I get the 7 is hanging, but maybe a little more angle there so you can get a little closer, because we've seen how tricky these balls that are deep in the corner are.
Kind of like rail first myself here. Just out to the center of the table. Pretty routine for these guys. It's like he's going to nip it and try and come right at the 8. It's okay. This happens so often, though.
Jeremy, I think it's part of the result of what he did with the 6.
Yeah, I agree. But I mean, you hate to miss the 6 trying to get somewhere. I really like the rail first on the 7 myself. I think it's hard to mess up.
Well, yeah, I meant to leave the cue ball on the right long rail after the 6, right? So you can come off the right side of the 7, 2 rails out, similar to a rail first line.
He's put himself under the gun here. Oh, I tell you what. Is that the shot of this semi-final for Neuhausen?
Yeah, the gun is loaded with 1 in the chamber.
Who'd have thought it? Neuhausen. He's on the hill first. What a shot on the 8-ball, though. Just lost the cue ball a few times. Look at this. Jacked up, just off straight. Fired it straight in, and just look at the cue ball.
Yeah, let's not forget the ball he missed and got away with it. Did get pretty fortunate to get all the way up table behind the 8. Ravi Capito been so solid all week, just like Johan Chua. Is this his last rack of the PLP?
Rack 12. Nice Newhousen's break. On the hill, leading 6 racks to 5.
Yeah, JJ's going to get a good look at the 2.
Yeah, very good. And a couple balls were kind of tracking together. They separated. See, the 3 and 7 separate. 2 came off the rail. He's just kind of get to the center of the table-ish. Don't get too thin on the 3, and from there, you know it's in his hands to finish the job.
Yeah, it's really all about this shot right here. Just make sure you get it down with a good look. Perfect.
All right, it's Neuhausen this afternoon. Had to beat Aloysius Yap to stay in the tournament. Then he had to beat Jason Shaw to qualify for the semi-finals. Oh, he's got a lot out of that. Just getting the cue ball clean.
JJ's mentioned that he thinks this table might play a little quicker. When Moritz let go of the 2, I thought it was going to lay in an ideal position, just continued to roll towards the 3, which allowed a little more of a straight-in ball.
Yeah, he's good here. I mean, just roll your ball with a little spin, let it open. Anywhere straightish is okay. You can handle either angle. Is this going to be a little short? You don't want to be too short. All right, it's going to be short side. You would think anyways. Could go 3 rails with inside.
Yeah, I think he'll just try and softly pull it over. 7 balls off the rail, far enough where he can afford to bounce off a little more. Good at grabbing the cue ball and all. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. What a performance.
Yeah, besides absolutely straight, this is just perfect to have an angle going to the rail.
Yeah, it's hard to miss this ball here, right? I think he was 5-2 or 5-3 down. Yeah, and he caught it a little thick, but we've seen that ball travel into the pocket over and over.
Yeah, pretty pure stroke there on the 7, I'll tell you.
Ruiz is out of his chair. He has gone on the practice table because he knows this match is over. And from 5-3 down, to arguably the player of the week. Neuhausen has got this 9 ball. To win 4 racks on the spin. And he's done it, the young German. What a performance. He's had to beat Aloysius Yap, Jason Shaw, and now Robbie Capito to get through to the final and to face a guy who's won this tournament before. In 5 minutes' time, that man there, Francisco Sanchez Ruiz, will play Moritz Neuhausen for this year's IFX Payments Premier League Pool Trophy. We'll see you in 5.
to the final because all 16 of them are here for a reason. But was just watching in the office that game, and it just seems strange. You know, Robbie and Chu are both top of the table for such a long amount of time throughout the week, for them both to obviously lose out in the semi-final. But then the likes of Moritz, who was kind of like clinging on in there for a little while, and then Fran, you know, he was fighting to get into remember the top 10 as well. So it's interesting. You know, this is how it plays out. But heads up, hats off to all the players, because the stamina that they've been through, like all of them are absolutely game over. But they deserve to be here, and what a great final we're about to have.
100%. Listen, this is the format.
It is the nature of it, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
the format
this
of
is the
Premier League
format,
pool. But also, I want to say, this is the first Premier League pool that Moritz has ever played.
Yeah, fantastic. And when you look at what he's had to do this afternoon, he had to beat Aloysius Yab to stay in the event and keep Jason Shaw in the event. Then he had to beat Jason Shaw to knock Jason out and Yap. So he made the semis. And he's just done a number on Capito, who's arguably been the best player of the week. And Capito, he was 5-3 up.
And then he's about to go and play the final against Francisco Sanchez Ruiz. So, oh, also, a little bit of atmosphere in here tonight.
Yes, obviously, you know, the pool fans, I'm sure they want to be here for the final, the semi-finals. So we've had the customary picture with the trophy. Two of the nicest guys on tour as well.
Yeah, we're set up for a great final, that's for sure.
This is the lag. I believe FSR is going to break first in the final. It's a race to 7. FSR has won this event before. He knows how to get over the line. Can Moritz, playing in his first ever PLP, get the job done? This is it. This is the last match after an 8-day marathon.
I must say, every person in this arena, including the players and all of the team here, they deserve, you know, I want to say a day off. No. Let's listen, easy now. We're not going to take it that far. Everyone deserves a day off. I mean, it has been an 8-day stint, but also we're coming off the back of the European Open, which was a fantastic event here in Sarajevo. And look, I think it's been great. A great start for, you know, the year, us coming to a new location, Bosnia. So I'm super excited to see where this is going to end up. And it's a great final to see both these players here. Moritz, you know, a young gun, not played in this event before. He's really been battling through every night in the group WhatsApps. He's like, right, when's the schedule coming out for the next day? Like, he's on it, he's prepared. And Fran, he's won the event before. He knows what these events are like. And he's a world champion.
Yeah, Scott Frost, he's with us in the booth. He's pushed out to here. Scott, what do you see? Fran's got the option, play or pass.
Yeah, well, just touching on both of these players, they were pretty silent all the way through, but people that we talked about being completely steady and solid, maybe a little tactics on their end, reserving some of the energy back to the shot. It's just kind of ironic. Capito and Chua both out the door by this point. He's going to give it back, Carl.
Yeah, FSR has won 126 racks to get to this point.
Did you just add that all up on your piece of paper there?
Yeah, and Moritz has won 120.
Wow.
Yeah, so trying to bring the one back down, use the big wall he's got there, including the brown.
Yeah, very good shot, though. Don't know if he can get the cue ball over in time, or if he's got a kick at this one. Yeah, he's coming around just looking at this. I think he's got the jump cue.
Who are you picking for this match, Carl?
Do you know what? I think FSR But what I like is, I like how Moritz has got to the final and what he's had to do today.
Yeah, I love that.
This is close, you know. This is close. Gonna need another jump shot though. This will go into the side. And another one, Scott. Keep going, Fran.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to do this one here. The reach is a little too strong.
Come on, do it for the fans. If I just shout, can you do it for us?
Might have to get on the table in order to do this one, Emma.
Yeah. Premier League pool.
Is that allowed?
We can just go out there and quickly change the rules. I'm joking, obviously.
Looking to get a full ball hit here and keep the cue ball where the red is. Watch out, he's going to scratch.
We were just talking about that shot last set. I haven't seen it all week, and sure enough, as luck would have it, he catches the bottom half and it sucks to the lower right.
Yeah, the three was quite high from the rail. Look at that, Scott, where the three is. He still found it. Wow.
It's the high ball, right, that reversed off the three?
I just want to shout out to our new referees as well that have also been here this week. So 2 of the local referees from Bosnia have been obviously there at the European Open. They obviously have done a lot of work with the Bosnia and Pool and Snooker Federation. And I think they've done a phenomenal job here. So they're also here for the Premier League pool, obviously under the direction of Marcel Etgard and Ben as well, who come and they travel around the world with us, Marcel and Ben. They do a phenomenal job and they are in this arena non-stop. They're even in here when we put on a random exhibition game as well, the poor guys. But the 2 local refs have been fabulous, and for us, that's what it's all about, going to new locations and finding new talent, but also, you know, to have new referees like this that has the opportunity to work on these events. It's really tremendous.
Yeah, shout out there for the new refs working under arguably the best in the business, Marcel Eckert.
He really is, isn't he?
Well, he's like clockwork. Look, he's over here clearing the practice table, and before he puts the balls in the box, he gives them all a wipe. They go under the table. Look, the guy doesn't stop.
No, he doesn't.
And in between, he's playing pool. He's actually pretty good on the pool table, Marcel. I believe after this tournament, Marcel's off to a snooker event, so he doesn't have time off, Marcel. He just keeps going.
He absolutely loves it, doesn't he? No rest for the wicked.
Okay, he's going to just cinch this ball in. He loves this, doesn't he? He likes really looking down the potting line.
Yeah, I don't think you want to take a chance at coming back to the second rail here. Just take your distance on the 9. That's what he's done.
Yeah, he's got to back himself to keep knocking the balls in, because this is what he's been doing all afternoon. You know, I love Fran, I really do. He's one of the soundest guys I've ever met. You know, and everybody likes Fran, but I think Moritz would be such a good winner, you know what I mean? Such a good advert for the game.
Do you know what? I agree with you. I'm so torn because obviously Fran is a phenomenal player. Like I said, he's world champion. But then what Moritz has gone through today and like throughout the week, he's not always been guaranteed in every stage, has he? He's always been like on the, you know, on the cusps of things. And he's had to really graft and grind. And for it to be his first ever Premier League ball and to take that title, I think that would be really impressive.
Yeah, it's something we talked about, Moritz. He's been through the middle of the field most of the time, but extremely solid. The other thing that's happened with Moritz that we've talked about is this is his first event where he stayed by himself. And how much does that do for you?
Yeah, don't be sending Fran any messages saying we want Moritz to win, by the way.
We always just hope for the best
Yeah,
person to win the tournament.
course.
It always just plans out, and always the best man wins. But you know, just it is what it is. Whatever happens, we're just going to get a great final. We always do. It's just the nature of how pool is these days and how it is on the World 9-Ball Tour. It's always competitive. It's always dramatic and exciting, no matter what tournament it is.
Well, I know the players have been very complimentary of the tables. You know, they're just under 4 inches, and you know it's made for a better spectacle. We've seen poor cue ball control be punished and balls missed.
It's a shout out to Rasson. Obviously, they're great partners of ours. The 9-ball, golden break.
That'll definitely do the rounds on socials. The old golden break shout from Emily.
Sorry. I do love a golden break.
Yeah, we've seen a few where you're going to with the amount of racks we've played. I just kind of like the fact that the players seem to have stopped apologising when they go in.
I know, like, if I was playing and I made a 9 or I made a fluke, I would never apologise. But like, I'm taking that fluke. You got to take the luck, right?
I agree. Well, everyone's going to get them. You know, it's just when you get them, really. Just the timing of them.
I know it's not a 9 data and it's not like a 147 or anything like that, but I do think that we should start like a little graphic in the top corner. You know, when they count how many 9 datas are in a tournament, and it tallies up in the top corner, and they'll be like, oh, this is the 18th 9 data in the world still, something like that. We should tally how many golden breaks we have, because it'll be interesting to see how it varies from different tournaments.
I'm going to test you here, actually. I don't know the number of goldens, so don't worry, that's not the question. But one player this week, in the whole 8 days of this format, achieved one thing. What was it?
Repeat the question.
One player in the whole of this tournament, in the whole of the league format. Scott knows the answer. I've already asked him this question. Don't cheat, buddy.
Scott, give me a clue.
We're testing Emily anyway. Yeah?
Okay.
No clues. I'll give you a clue.
Right.
The player
rephrase the question. Say the question again. I wasn't listening. Sorry.
One person, one player in this tournament achieved one thing nobody else did in the whole of the 8 days.
Achieved one thing in the whole tournament.
It wasn't Sanjin.
Well, Sanjin made 2 9s on the break and then made a 3-9 combination and won the quickest match of the event.
Yes, but that's not what we're talking
Well,
Can you give me a
question,
clue? Because that is
your
a
question's
really broad question. Like, that's a real broad question.
It is a broad question, but I've kind of gone off it from you talking about like 9 datas and golden breaks.
Understood.
You know what I'm saying?
He achieved something that no one else has achieved.
Yeah, one person did one thing.
Did one thing. Has it happened in a tournament before with her?
It will have done, yeah, but it's only happened once in this tournament. I've actually told Scott and he still doesn't know the answer. That's what's baffled me.
Well, I don't think anybody's made 2 9s on the break
No,
in one
I'm just
set
going to tell
either.
you the answer. Shane Van Bonen got the only 3 foul against a player in the
Oh,
tournament.
it was against Edward.
Do you remember now, Scott? I did tell you.
I didn't cover it, but yes, I remember.
He's getting old, Scott. Give him a break.
It's because you were talking about the golden break tally and things like that, where obviously there's a little bit of luck, but at this level, trying to 3 foul somebody is not easy.
But do you know what I mean? How having that tally in the corner would be quite cool, because then it's like an extra little stat. How many 9s, you know, how many golden breaks we've had.
Yeah, get the stats up. This is what we like. We need things to talk about. I wonder how many golden breaks there has been, though. What do you think the number would be, Scott?
I have no clue, but all I do know is Moritz is very, very confident at this point. And Ruiz, we haven't seen much of him. I think he's been confident for the last couple of matches. Really, the match that he was trailing 3 games to nothing is where it's really changed, because that match he was using every inch of the clock. And since then, we haven't seen any of that.
Has he got something to do with his arm? Seen him just shaking it during the break. I'm not sure if it's like aching or...
That's good to point out. I think it's a nervous tick of his. I think it's just kind of shaking a little bit of the stress out of the arm. I think a lot of pool players will do that from time to time, but he's really got a tell there as far as that.
Yeah, the only thing I used to shake was my head, thinking what a bad shot I've just played.
No one will ever forget that 8 ball.
Oh, here we go.
Awful.
Cheers, Anne.
You're right though, Scott. He does seem very confident at the table, doesn't he? I love seeing this from players, though.
Yeah, he looks in the zone. He's giving off the vibe of he knows how to win this match.
He's falling a little straight here, so he's going to take the steep on the 9 to the lower right, or excuse me, the lower left. Wow, that's confident right there.
Yeah, he could have pulled it back maybe a foot and left a thin 9, but he's feeling good. He's ripped it back off a couple of rails.
These shots always scare me. Like, these are the ones, if I was looking at, I'd be like, no, I've got absolutely zero chance. Does it look a lot harder than what it is?
Yeah, Scott's scared of these as well,
Is
to be fair.
he?
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, Scott played in the European Open just a couple of weeks ago.
He did okay as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he didn't do
Emily
too
was
bad, actually.
super disappointed. I won my second match. She comes over to me and says, did you win? I go, yeah. She goes, well, why were you shaking your head? We need you for comms. Well, the very next match I lost, and no more comms.
Well, maybe Scott will enter the Florida Open. Emily, talk us through it.
Florida Open, this is why I'm sat here right now. I mean, look at this graphic. It's pink, it's purple, it's orange. It just screams out, I want to play in this event. I'm telling you, the Caribe Royale is where it is at. It is a really nice resort. It's fun. It's for, you know, families. It's for friends. You can, you know, go out with the lads, or you can take your friends there, or take your family to Disney. But the most important thing is tickets are going on sale. So the dates are there. We've got the 5th to the 10th of August. That's the event. But we're going on sale with the tickets the 7th of April. Now you'll see there, WNTV. That is a pre-sale, okay? So we're going on sale with general tickets on the 9th. But I'm going to tell you why you need to sign up to the pre-sale, okay? So on the 7th, we're going to be going on sale to WNT subscribers, WNT TV subscribers, and you get a 48-hour window. And Carl, you're going to ask me, well, why do I want to go in the 48-hour window? Why don't I just wait for the general?
Emily, why do I want to go in the 48-hour window?
I'm going to tell you right now, Carl. You get entered into a raffle, right? And this is actually legit, because we will do the photo presentation with you there on the final. You'll go into a raffle where you can sign a signed winning jersey that will be framed for you from the Florida Open, the winner. So you can win that, but also you get 10% off of any pre-orders on merchandise that you want to do as well. So let's say you want to go with some of your friends, you want to get the Florida Open jerseys, you can pre-order those, you get 10% off. You go to Matchroom Pool, you can see the merchandise little tab on the website, and you can do your pre-orders on there. So if you sign up in that 48-hour pre-sale, you're obviously, you can get those things, but also there's only a limited amount of premium tickets available. So we're going on sale with general and premium tickets. That final, as we know, is going to be action-packed. We're going to go down, you know, in true Matchroom fashion. It's going to be 30 tables, everyone playing from the start, and then we're going to go down into the one-table setup on the last day, on that 10th of August, and you're going to have premium tickets available and general. So listen, if you want to get that pre-sale, all you got to do is subscribe to WNT TV. You also get all your content on there as well. So there you have it.
Emily, you've sold it to me. I'm going to sign up for pre-sale. I want that jersey.
Yeah, and Emily, let me ask you, how much is WNT? How much is the subscription?
$10 a month, $100 for the year. Now I say it's cheap as chips, because you can watch all of the Premier League pool back. You know, wherever you are in the world, all you have to do is go to Matchroom Pool, and you can see, obviously, the different broadcasters for where you are in the world. But if I'm a USA fan, I'm signing up to WNT TV. That's where you're going to see the Mosconi Cup.
Well, it's the truth. You can get a weekend stream for $29.99 in the States. You're talking about $10 for the whole year or $100 for the whole year. It's kind of ridiculous.
But that's 2 tournaments in 1 month.
Yes.
So you've got the US Open and the Florida Open in August that you can sign up for.
Yeah, and it's the content that stays on the site as well that you can watch.
So there you have it. Tickets are going on sale for the 7th of April. So you guys, you just got to get it in your diaries. Sign up to your tickets. Don't think, oh, do you know what? I'm just going to maybe wait until closer to the event. No, come on. Let's get your ticket. There's going to be also, alongside the link, a discounted hotel link at the Caribe Resort. Now, if you didn't go to the Moscone Cup, I'm saying this, I'm going to put it out there, one of the best hotels that I've stayed in the US. It is fantastic. I even went down on the water slide in the pool. So it's for adults and for kids, I must say. But it's a great setup there. You can have like a little 5K. I was talking to Piers Labutus about it this morning. We were messaging about it, and there's a 5K run around the resort. So if you want to be healthy, you can have your run in. So me and Pierce are going to have a run every morning of the Florida Open.
Me and Scott are going to join you. We'll be ready
You're
by
not.
August. I promise you, you've heard it here first on WNT TV.
I'm going to bet $100 that you will not show up for one run. Yeah, I'm shaking.
Fist pump.
Fist
Scott,
pump.
you're the witness.
Carl, you might as well just pay her now.
She owes me 100. I'm telling you now. I'll
Give
be there.
the lady
and
her money.
Oh, I nearly said something really silly then, like I'll be faster than Pierce, but that is a bit silly.
That's
I won't be
extremely
faster
silly.
than Emily, but I'm going to do it.
Drop
Trust
me
me.
out.
I said I won't be faster.
Oh, okay. I went for a 6K run this morning.
Yeah, I said I won't be faster.
It's lovely here in Sarajevo. I can't believe that I've waited this long to go and find different running tracks and things like that. So at least I know for next year all the different places that we can go to.
Yeah, well, wherever we go, make sure the 5K running spot is there. Back to the final. Moritz is off to a flyer. Scott, I just want to go back to the Florida Open. You know pool better than anyone in America. Florida is a hotbed. It's a great place to go. There's a lot of pool action there, a lot of pool players.
Yeah, there's always been a lot of pool players there. Texas, Arizona, Florida. Florida now seems to be the spot. But touching on the venue, I'm being dead serious, right? I'm pretty honest with my reviews. I love that venue. I think there's a lot to do there at the Caribe Royale. I don't think it could be at a better place. Atlantic City, one part of the country, the other side, Florida. It's as good as it gets.
Well, you can go and watch one of your favorite games. Go into the arena, watch one of your matches, go and watch maybe a second, and then leave the venue for a couple of hours, go on Space Mountain, and then come back and watch an evening session.
Sounds a little scary, that.
Sorry, you can go on the teacup ride instead.
Yeah, that's more our level, Scott.
Yeah, he just kicked the pink one rail into the side and wiggled the 5 home. But really, all Ben Moritz so far this first half of the match.
Yeah, queuing off the rail. A little bit of an angle. He's okay, though. If he can just pop this and bounce off the short rail and back out. Oh, yeah, he's got quite a big angle. Definitely okay here. This is ideal. All he's got to do is pop this now and come over. This is looking like 4-0. What a start.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I really noticed Moritz when he won the ranking event at US 1 Billiards at Jason Shaw's room. I don't know if it's been 2 years ago or 3 years ago now, but man, he really stood out to me, and he's one of those guys, when he's playing good, he's just kind of heads above the rest.
So I know we talked a little bit about the Florida Open. So obviously that 7th of April, we're going on sale for the Florida Open. But we're going to be going on sale with the US Open tickets as well very shortly after. Then, guys, wait for it, because May, you are going to see the Moscone Cup going on sale. So in the next couple of weeks, probably throughout April, you're going to be seeing the tickets, the ticket pricing, the arena capacity. And yes, we have gone bigger and better than 2 years ago. Every year we have to increase the capacity, otherwise I think I should just quit my job. But it will sell out this year, all 4 days. But we're going to be announcing ticket details really, really soon. And that is the window where you want to be subscribing early to priority, because we all know what it's like. Everyone messages, can I get a Moscone ticket? Can I go on this day? Can I go that? London always sells out. And so tickets are going to be release very, very soon, but we're going to be making sure everyone's got all the details, the priority window, and the different VIP hospitality tickets, everything. It's going to be phenomenal, the Moscone Cup. But obviously, this is the Florida Open. Like I said, I think the trophy is going to be a palm tree. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be a little bit different. Expect different things for this Open event as comparison to like the US and the UK. But I think the beauty of the World 9-Ball Tour is that, you know, things change and we keep the events fresh and exciting. But yeah, pre-sale for the tickets are going to be on the 7th of April, and you can subscribe to WNT TV for your pre-sale. And then the general tickets going on sale the 9th of April. But with that, you're going to be getting your discounted hotel ticket as well.
Well, Emily, if that's not sold it, I don't know what won't.
Okay, I'm going to mic drop and get out of here. I'm going to let Jeremy Jones and you three actually talk about the pool this evening. But what a great final. I'm sure it's not going to be over quickly. I'm going to say that. But thank you to the three of you for everything you've done this past 2 weeks. I know you've been working very, very hard, and I appreciate it a lot. But stay tuned. This is going to be exciting. That is for sure. So over to Jeremy Jones. I'm letting him back in the booth.
Double J is stepping. Double J is stepping back in. That was Marcel Eckert and Ben Taylor Fuente. Finally sitting down, relaxing for this final. And the final is one-way traffic, Frosty. It's 4-0 to Maurice.
Yeah, it seems like one-way traffic. We know how the momentum swings can happen. We've talked about it many times. Typically in a race to 5, we'll see 1. A race to 7, we'll see 1.5. I'm just saying though, right? It could really happen. We're waiting for that moment. Even though it's alternate break, really doesn't mean a lot. Once momentum changes, it really changes.
Yeah, kind of took my eye off the final for a second. Emily was pitching the world to us there. All the ticket sales, pre-sales, WNTTV.com for all your information. Don't forget to follow all Matchroom Pool across all socials as well. You'll find everything you need to on the World 9-Ball Tour. He's going to get a look at the blue too. The 6 ball's opened up. There's no traffic here.
No, good looking stuff for Moritz Newhausen, and kind of get the feeling after the latter half of that semifinal for him, it's going to be either FSR's got to really take it away, or maybe a combination of that and the pool gods a little bit. But a confident youngster is a dangerous thing in sports, I'll tell you that. It's like you just don't have enough negative in the memory bank to really fall on, and it's been all positive stuff for him so far. I think I just bleed this out and take a little angle on the purple, on the pink, and the side. Maybe work the cue ball a couple rails for the 6-7. Just open this up with a hair spin coming off one cushion, maybe. Could draw it underneath the pink into the other short rail. He's not afraid to work the cue ball, this kid. That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Watch out, 6.
That's what I was saying. Like, that's why I would just open it up, maybe. Just let it bleed across the 8 and take the 2 rail angle off the purple, off the pink to get to the 6.
And we were just talking about that turnaround or the momentum swing. Could this really be it? He needs to make a good hit here.
Yeah, well, that's our job to talk about those things, right? But he's just got to make a hit and just forget about what happened. Move forward. Look at this. Solid. But he's going to be elevated regardless. A little bit the right part of the cue ball.
My goodness, what a square hit he just made on that ball.
You may have to go into the 6-7, really. I always talk about shooting over a ball is difficult, but if you're shooting beside it like that and you can't really square the butt end of the cue stick, you can get some kind of odd deflection, something you're not anticipating. I think he's going to dig with low right. So.
Yeah, and on that topic, Jeremy, you're always concerned about the cue kind of going sideways on you and catching a piece of the object ball that's in front of the cue ball.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's what I was talking about, though. You notice how you overcut it a little bit. When you're beside the ball, don't center the butt quite as well. You get a little more deflection to the left. You know what I mean?
Sure. Makes perfect sense. We just saw it.
Pair of a let up there.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been making any balls as of late, so these next 3 are so important for his future here in the final.
Natural speed back and forth. Just got a little quick with the takeaway, and it's going to hurt. That one's going to hurt.
And you kind of credit that miss to Mortz in a lot of ways, right? It's just kind of been all him these last 4 games, and touching on that, we know how we can get out of stroke, or these guys can get out of stroke a little bit when they're just in the chair for that long.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, what compiles here is Mortz gets to leave behind what looked like a big mistake.
Yeah, I've just been having a nosy at the league tables after every day's play. Neuhausen, after day 1, finished 6th. Then he was 3rd. Then it was 2nd. Then it was 4th. 4th again. 6th, 3rd. And then obviously today, he managed to secure 4th spot to get through to the semi-final. So he's been there, hasn't he? All the way through.
Yeah, and you guys help me out here. What match was it? I think Jeremy and I were covering it where he had to win earlier. It was in his hands.
Aloysius Yap, he had to win. He had to beat Aloysius Yap to keep him and Shaw in the running.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, he wasn't playing a guy that was out of it either. A guy, Yap, that was right in it.
Yeah, and then straight after that, the winner of Moritz and Shaw, if Yap lost, qualified. So it was all in Moritz's hands.
Yeah, I guess, did he lose his first match today and has won every one since? Is that how it's gone down? Something like, I think so anyway. Feel that way.
Yeah, I think he lost to Chua. Did see this earlier on. He lost to Capito 5-1 in the afternoon session, so at the start. Then he beat Chua. Then he lost to FSR.
Now, didn't Moritz just break the balls and get a straight in on the 2? It's alternate break here, right? Are we supposed to say something here?
Well, I'm not. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've been looking at league tables and ticket sales and all this. I've not.
I'm pretty sure he broke and made 2 balls and had a 2-ball right by the pocket, got position, and then decided to play off the 3 long. This is a mistake here, I believe. And it's real easy. Who won the lag, guys? I wasn't in here for the lag, so. And it's hard to really do much now that he's broke the balls. I mean, if he breaks and scratches, I mean, what are you going to do? And I don't know if I was supposed to bring that up or not, but I feel like I was.
I don't think there's anything wrong with bringing it up. It is what it is. That's what we're here for,
Yeah,
Jeremy.
that's what you get paid for, Scott.
Absolutely. There's nothing wrong with it.
And am I correct that he did break and have the gimme 2-ball to get started and hooked himself on the 3?
It seems like you're correct, yes, if I can recall.
Yeah, again, I don't know. Once he's delivered a shot, maybe Fran just off a bit.
Yeah, well, it's slept now. I don't think there's anything you can do once it's past the point of the break, right? It's kind of like on both of the players at that point, I believe, even though we do have the best ref in the building.
Yeah.
Somewhere nearby.
A little surprised with three or four refs. Well, I'm 100% he broke in the last one myself. But again, once he's broke is one thing, but once he's certainly shot away, I really don't think you can do much.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Well, that changes everything, and we did not know this, but it is winter break.
Okay. I thought the okay, it is winter break. Now, was the winter break in the semis, and I thought they were rotating, it seemed like, in the semis.
I know one thing, nobody told us it was winter break, so that was kind of the only thing that had something to do with it there.
So Fran hadn't broke once this set. Okay. Our bad. My bad.
Yeah, because Moscone Cup's a race to 5 and we play alternate break, race to 5. Anything over, winner breaks.
Well, you know, in a round-robin format, you almost got to play the alternate break, that's for sure, but now that makes perfect sense. I guess it just...
Yeah, I felt like you could be more aggressive towards the right side of the 7 there. That was weak, and did it set up?
And it's been long days for us as well, but nice combination there. Got a brutal 8-ball by the side pocket, but it does play.
Well, we're just approaching midnight here in Sarajevo. Nice shot, controlled his cue ball.
Try to hold from distance here, a little run through. He's really good at both.
Yeah. Kind of however you prefer to pop the ball, I feel.
Yeah, you could see Fran right there was rubbing his eye and got the tilt of the head a little bit. You don't see it too often from him. Long way from over.
Yeah, well, that position there tells us most likely how he's going to play the 8, which would be in the lower left.
Yeah, does he have to fall dead straight, Jeremy?
Pretty darn straight for sure. I mean, he's got to get real heavy on it. Any cut, I think he loses it in the side pocket, that being the cue ball. Come out of this corner, nice and tight. Dig on this cue ball. Oh, he's going 4 rails. Better have some good speed. I like it. I like what I see.
Well, the young German is feeling fabulous out there, and winning these matches in the afternoon that he had to win to get to this stage is what's helping him do this in the final.
Yeah, it's really quite ironic that through the first 7 days, it's more about maintaining, right? Both physically and mentally. And now it's about gaining some momentum to try and take the title down.
It's funny you brought it up. I just talked to Capito outside. I told him great shooting, great tournament. You've done everything you could do. He said, I had a really hard time differentiating once I knew I made the Final Four to kind of getting a little too relaxed, and then when do I turn it back up? And he just couldn't find that happy medium.
Well, he's just one rack away from handing out a donut in the final.
Yeah, to where I think that Moritz has kind of had the pressure on him the entire time this second half of the night, right? So he hasn't had any ups and downs. It's just all been up.
This was a beauty. As Jeremy Jones said, the four-railer. Cue ball just comes round. Didn't hit the fourth rail, but it was all about getting on the 8 nice, and he did. We've been in Sarajevo for around 3 weeks. The European Open was the first event. It was won by a German, Joshua Filler.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing a few minutes ago when you said the German, and a little clean sweep for those two, it looks like, or good chance. Anyways.
Yeah, I think I flew out here. Most of us flew out here. I left on the 8th. We'll arrive back home on the 29th. Been a lot of fun. The European Open was fun to play in. Don't know that I'll threaten my queue again for a long time. Maybe the senior tour.
I thought it was already on eBay, to be honest with you, Scott.
All right, one more break for Morris Newhausen. Could it be golden?
Just 21 years of age, Neuhausen. He's world ranked number 12 on the Pro Tour.
Yeah, the heart rate up, definitely. Look at the focus in his. Yeah, I think he found the gap.
Yeah, but no picnic. That's for sure. And even contemplating kicking at it just because maybe there isn't much. But I think, can he not get thin enough on it? It's like a third of a ball hit is all he can see just because of maybe the pink four's got the right edge cut off.
I think it's the green 6 that's got him a little more cut off, but either or is pretty much the same thing, and that's why he was considering the kick.
Yeah, it's definitely the 6 that's got most of the ball, but I'm wondering if he can't get to the edge of the 2 ball. Oh, he could get to the edge.
And a 2-rail kick from the back here, most likely, unless he feels real froggy, to the 2-rail, short rail kick to make it.
Well, there's always value in the make, right?
Hindsight is a wonderful thing. 2 rail behind it the other way, you feel like you'd have come out on top. Well, Fran's got to make something happen here. And he starts here. Long 2 up the long rail. He's missed it. Okay. Neuhausen, this is your time. You've got a chance to win the match, a chance to win the title. And it's a title that is not easy to win.
No, definitely, and I don't think, to be honest with you, if you asked 50 people about 4 hours ago who's going to win this event, just being honest, I don't think he was the one. But about 2 hours ago, well, they'd have probably started talking about him a little bit more, looking like the best player tonight.
Yeah. Got a couple options here on the 3. Of course, it's going to be some type of draw stroke. Could stay above it, which I kind of like. Could go below it. Not sure if the 4 really passes the brown 7. I think it does. So staying above it, hard to go wrong, really. Get to let the stroke out a bit. He's going below it. 1 rail over for the side.
That is beautiful, you know. Really happy with that.
Yeah, used all the pocket actually to make that line past the pink. About the speed.
I'm sure you were glad to see both these guys get to the final, Jeremy. They're both Q-Tech players, along with yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And 2 great guys and hard workers. And talked about Fran. He was my pick to win the European Open. I thought he was coming into form, and he worked his way there. Talked about a bunch of young players, what this PLP could do for him, but let alone just a win on top of it.
He does this crazy thing that I've been noticing with his chalk. He has to put it over one of the like the dots or the diamonds.
Perfectionist.
Like Nadal with his bottles.
Pool players are superstitious, Carl. At least most of us.
Yeah, I've never seen. Look, he's at it again. He's covered this diamond. I don't miss a trick freeze. Don't worry about that.
Well, I've been watching. I mean, I already knew he does this, Carl, but...
Oh, yeah, you did all right.
Yeah, listen, it looks like he's going to clean these balls up, and what a performance he's put on. I think a lot of it has to do with the pressure that's been applied to him in the last several matches tonight, whereas some of the other guys like Capito and Chua just were comfortable leading the whole way, maybe let their guard down just a touch, and this young man came over the top.
Yeah, he's not letting anything slip here. He's not getting giddy. He's making sure he's sticking to his routine. And I tell you what, where the cue ball's finished, he's going to get the job done. The chalk is over the dot. And it's a 21-year-old German who's ranked number 12 on the World 9-Ball Tour. Who is your 2025 IFX Payments Premier League pool champion. Scott, a worthy winner, a great final.
Yeah, Matt, I really enjoyed working with you all week, the staff, but congrats to Moritz Neuhausen, Sanchez, Ruiz really put it on him pretty good, did everything he could do, then Robbie Capito, of course, and Johan Chua. Let's not forget everybody else.
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, Moritz Neuhausen has done it the difficult way. There's never an easy way, of course, but the fact that he had to beat Aloysius Yap to stay in the event, then Jason Shaw, we all know how good Jason Shaw is, just to book himself into the semi-finals. Then, of course, the semis and the final. I think it's only right after 8 days of play, Scott, we throw down to the floor. Let's hear from the players. They're with Double J.
Well, a great final. I know it didn't go your way. Give us 1 second here, Fran. But congratulations, young champion Moritz Neuhausen. Any quick words, and then we'll get back to you in a moment.
Yeah, I'm obviously happy to win. Rough week for all of us. I got really fortunate in the finals. Sorry, Fran. But I guess I'm happy to win, and yeah, I'm happy to go home and just relax for a while.
Well, yeah, great shooting. And again, we'll be back in a moment. Fran, it seemed like a grind the whole week for you at first, and then you got it going and got a little comfortable out there. But then the youngster, he just didn't let you do much in the final.
Yeah, I'm really happy for him because he played really good. Not this match, he played the good the whole week. But yeah, it's really tough this week. So many matches, but yeah, I'm really happy to him. Congrats.
Yeah, well, another fine tournament, and we look forward to 2025 watching you play. But yeah, Francisco Sanchez-Ruiz, everyone. You know, you think about the PLP, and you might not want to play it every month, but it's certainly one you want to get in. Last year, you were one off the rankings to get in. I felt like it was awesome to see you get in and do a lot for your career, but now a big win.
Yeah, I think the Premier League is just so different as a tournament. Every player says it, and I guess it's just such a grind. In normal tournaments, you have to win like maybe 8 or 9 sets. Here, you have to win, or have to play 32, I think it was. And I remember everyone saying like, this is the toughest tournament to win, just because you need to be lucky like so many times. Then you have to survive close matches. Then you have to even keep your motivation up somehow. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes in this event, I was like, this is, I'm gonna be out and that's it.
Don't lie, you were on full tilt yesterday.
Yeah, I was on full tilt. I can admit it. And I guess today was a different day, and I got lucky to win.
Well, congratulations. You won 127 games to win this tournament. I don't know how many you lost, to be honest with you, but that's pretty impressive. Now we're going to have the trophy presentation. We're going to have Adrian Kristic. He was a junior from Bosnia-Herzegovina who played in our tournament here this week. He's going to give the runner-up trophy to Fran. And then I'll turn over the mic, and the CEO of Matchroom Multisport, Emily Frazier, will deliver the winner of the trophy.
Yeah, sure. Why don't we do it maybe at 2 a.m. we start and then race to 25?
Yeah. Well, I personally want to say hats off to all the fans and everyone here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sanjan, of course, who had a lot to do with orchestrating this, along with Emily Frazier and her team. I'll let Emily say a few words, I'm sure.
Well, yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's here. Obviously, Sarajevo is a new location for us. I'm so thrilled that we've come here. I want to say thank you to obviously the Ministry of Culture and Sports. You know, without them, this wouldn't have happened with the European Open and the Premier League pool. But we're also here at Hotel Hills, which has been everyone's home for the last 3 weeks. I think we're all going to go to bed with this carpet imprinted into our minds. But it's been a fantastic host here. But hats off to all the players, like you just said, so many matches that you've had to win to get here. But it's the incredible thing is you coming back from the losses to then come and win the tournament. It's a really tough tournament to win. You should be so proud of yourself. And it's your first ever Premier League pool. Like, that's pretty magnificent. Fran, you are always a champion, obviously, and you are probably the nicest person on tour, so we're gutted for you. But Moritz, like, hats off, well done, like, you deserve it.